welcome to another JCB review video.
With family.
With family, yeah, this is my wife, my beautiful wife. And we got my kid in the back. We're testing out this new camera mounting system in my car. We got it just because I'm always sitting in the car making videos, and it seemed like a good investment. 30 euros, and that's not too bad, is it?
Yes, but it better work.
Yeah, so we're testing it now, and I actually wanted to talk about a really interesting experience I had today. My wife is more than welcome to contribute. More than welcome to contribute to this whole thing.
I'm the guest speaker.
You're my guest speaker. You're my supporting cast today.
Okay.
I mean, for the most part, you're always, you're the lead. You're the lead, but today you're a supporting character.
I'm the sidekick.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, we've had a Christmas. We spent it with our extended family, our parents, and it's been a good time. But it's also been a chaotic time. I've completely lost any control of my sleeping patterns, and basically all the routines that I've had are out of the window.
Some would call that a perfect vacation.
Yeah, it's a vacation for sure, but I was getting a little bit concerned because, we got to go home tomorrow and got to go back to normal life, so I wanted to get straightened up again. Anyway, I got to go to bed relatively early yesterday, which was a good thing. So oftentimes I would stay up all the way up until 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning and then wake up around 12. And I can tell you right now that just seems to wreak havoc in your brain. You feel like most of the day you're kind of like wandering in this strange haze. Don't feel physically very good. I mean, it's hard to get anything properly done because it takes just more time to have your brain work. And so the car is just, I could have probably made it. So anyway, I've done this meditation thing once in a while, and it's always been really good. I felt good about doing it, but it's not something that I've done consistently, I guess you could say. But so this morning I woke up because I had more time to sleep. I woke up around must have been like 6:50 or something like that. It was pretty early. I just got up because I had a good night's sleep, and I felt immediately like energized, and I decided to do a few things, and one of them was meditation. And that turned out to be a really good thing because while I was meditating, I immediately noticed a few things that started happening in my body and my head and so on. And I wanted to actually share that experience with you guys because I think it's a practical everyday tool that anybody can use in their life to increase their effectiveness and basically make their everyday life, their routines better. Honey, have you ever done any meditating?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Do you have anything you can share about meditation?
Well, no.
All right. Anyway, I was doing it today, and I was again reminded about the power of meditation. So I really felt like I wanted to do a video about that. And it's awesome to have this mount so I can actually do this now.
Actually, now I remember something.
All right, go ahead, share it. Shoot.
Well, I've meditated a couple of times. Once was when I was pregnant, and I was very scared while being pregnant. It was my third child, so I was like, I knew what it was about and what would happen and so on, but I was just very scared and nervous and fearful about giving birth and like how things would go. And then one day I came home from the neuvola, which is
kind of the doctor's, I guess.
The doctor's appointment, and I had told her about my fear, and she said that there's actually a physiological or biological, like it's a normal thing, it happens.
You mean like the fear?
Yeah, the fear, like, because it had to do with a specific bone,
Oh,
bone, which was hurting, and I was just worried that it would like break or something. But she said that no, it just happens. It happens after giving birth several times. But so I went home and I just had this idea that I'm just gonna do a meditation, and I did like 40 minutes. Nobody was home, so I was alone. I laid on the couch and I started this meditation. I think it was like a hypnobirthing meditation actually, but I didn't like.
was it guided? Like a YouTube
It
thing?
was a guided YouTube meditation, and just like sounds and kind of, you know, like like imagining yourself in a certain setting.
Okay.
And calming down. So I think I was there like 40 minutes, and it was very interesting because after I stopped, I had no fear left about that situation, and I had it for like 6 months already, the fear. And then I did one meditation, and after that the fear was completely gone, and like it didn't come back during the meditation, like I mean during the pregnancy. Yeah,
So basically,
the fear was completely gone. I was very calm, and of course, like when you meditate, you're very calm afterwards, and you just feel like you're in a heightened state. You like perceive things much more clearly, and
yeah, I noticed that.
like you can take on anything with a heightened sense of sensitivity or something like that. But yeah, the fear was completely gone, and it didn't come back during that pregnancy anymore.
So I would say, like the things that I've noticed about meditation, there's a few things. First of all, people have really weird perceptions about it. Like they think it's some kind of an Eastern mystical thing. And of course it is rooted in Eastern philosophy, I guess you would say. But it's not really mystical or anything. It's quite the opposite. I feel it's very practical. And it adds a lot of value to your everyday life. I've done this meditation thing. I've tried to do it in groups every once in a while, and I kind of understand you can't necessarily have too many people participate because it might distract from the meditation itself. But I've noticed that there are people who seem to be absolutely incapable of meditating, and I find that really interesting. And the person that I noticed this with was somebody who was not part of our generation. He's an older person, and it seems like for some folks, it's incredibly difficult to not do anything, to be still and just not do anything. And it might be because they feel like they constantly need to be something.
I think they need to
doing
constantly
something.
be working with their hands or having their hands on something and working. And
Yeah, and that's kind of like, it's a form of self-validation. Like, because I'm performing something, I have value. And I think that's not a very good way of going about your life. It really is. Then there's this other sort of people who never, ever just stop doing whatever it is that they're doing and really look at what they've achieved. They don't take the time to meditate on the things that they've done, how effective that's been, and what the results are, and so on. They just keep pushing and pushing and pushing until they burn out. Meditation is basically, as experienced by myself, it's a way of being still in an increasingly hectic world in order to find yourself and understand the place that you inhabit in the world at that moment. That kind of saying maybe sounds a little new agey, but like this morning when I started meditating, I immediately, first of all, noticed a few things. I noticed that I was stressed out. There's a certain kind of a vibration, a negative kind, that you can find in your body once you quiet down, you sit down and you start looking inward. And I noticed there's quite a few. I could think of like maybe 3 or 4 parts of my body that felt like they were vibrating in a way that caused stress. And I think it was an accumulation of different kinds of stress. Like, obviously, since I'd stayed up super late, that caused problems. I slept really late. And so everything started kind of like just snowballing and then just escalating into this bigger problem. And once I started meditating, I could actually release that tension. And I meditated for about 20 minutes. And I do this unguided. Like, I don't have any YouTube video playing in the background telling you to do specific things. I didn't do it in a way where you have music or something else to distract you from your own thoughts. I've always found it to be most effective in my own case when I don't have any of these extrasensory tools, in a sense, these extra things helping or aiding me do this. But instead, I just try to use self-discipline in order to just be still and quiet. And in about 3 to 5 minutes, I've noticed is that when you start becoming far more aware of what's happening inside your body, about your thoughts, what kinds of thoughts are coming into your head. And from there on, it becomes increasingly easier to not become distracted about sounds that might be happening around you. Your environment kind of melts away and you become far more aware of what's just happening with you. Now, I've read a lot of different kinds of reports on meditation, like it helps you with your memory. It's easier to retain things if you meditate. It helps with your brain. There's like physiological changes that can be measured with people who actually meditate consistently. Now, I don't do that, but I plan to start doing it now because I feel really good. I feel superb after meditating, and I'm going to do it again today. There's also ideas that you start getting, and those ideas I feel are super important. Like you said earlier, that you were capable of meditating away your fear of giving birth or whatever, these things. I think
fear of pain.
Yeah, of pain. I have concerns about my ability to do things, right? Or to be good enough with the things that I do. And meditation helps with that. It gives you more confidence. I don't really understand why, but it also allows you to be more collected. So it's easier to make a plan, a game plan for whatever it is that you're doing, and then execute, because you have far more self-confidence after meditating successfully. And that's exactly what happened to me today. I was like, after my meditation, I jumped out, went downstairs, started doing things immediately, got a few things done. And so your effectiveness, it seems like it just grows.
Yeah, you can be more focused on whatever task it is that you want to do.
Exactly. So I would definitely recommend meditation for anybody. It's really easy to do. There's no real one way of doing it, I suppose. But the way that I do it, like I said before, I don't use any things to help me meditate. And I feel that might be a good thing to do just because it teaches you.
I would say that use a guided meditation if you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Just to kind of understand. And then also if you're just very tired or completely exhausted, it can be good to do a guided meditation. I find that because I've done it both ways, like guided meditation and just without anything. And sometimes you're just in this state when you have so many thoughts and so much is going on, so that it helps to have, the first step, the practice step, to be kind of like that. Okay, I'm just gonna listen to this voice or this music, and that's gonna be like the focal point. Because sometimes we're just so full of thoughts and distractions that it's really hard to hear the quiet mind.
Okay, so that's the easy way of doing it.
It's like just a practice. I think once you're way good, a little bit better or more energized, then you could do the without any.
I feel it's kind of a noob way of doing it, I guess. I don't want to be insulting.
No, but I've been at a stage where I've been burned out, completely drained, no energy whatsoever.
Yeah, then
so
it's easier.
I've been so tired that I can't even relax. That's when it's good to just have someone tell you, relax, relax, relax.
Look, you do whatever you gotta do to make it happen.
Yeah, that was a burnout. It was a burnout situation.
That's what happens when you have kids. Too many kids. Well, we don't have that many. We got 3. Anyway, I tried to do it in a way where I feel like, and this is just me, but I feel like I cheat myself out of things if I do it in a guided way. And so I suppose I'm just trying to practice my self-control more when I do meditation. But I do find that the results are always quite encouraging and uplifting. Just the fact that you start getting fantastic ideas. Are we going to just drive around and have him fall asleep?
I think he'll fall asleep.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll take a little. So, just the ideas you start getting and the insight you get about yourself when you meditate, that in and of itself is enough of a reason to meditate. But the other one is that you actually relieve stress. And I think in today's hectic world, that is absolutely necessary. I don't understand why we are always in a hurry on this planet. Everybody just running left and right, trying to do as many things as they can, being as productive as possible. That robs you from the wonderful experience of just being still, calming down, and experiencing life, even if it's just for 20 minutes, in a very profound way, a very different way. Yeah, what else? So you got stress relief. I think you retain your memory better if you do meditation. It also builds self-control.
You just get such a heightened level of whatever it is.
You become collected, I think. It's
yeah.
You have a better understanding of what needs to get done. Like your brain just works better. So
and you can feel like incredible love or joy or just like a release of emotions when you are still and when you focus. Because usually we just run around, not focusing on what's going on inside in our thoughts or in our hearts or in our bodies. But just like you said, that you can kind of feel the vibration when we quiet down and kind of listen. Well, what's inside of me? What's going on?
Yeah.
Then we notice those things, and most likely there's stuff that needs to kind of be cleared out. Some negative stuff that is there, but you haven't processed it.
Yeah, I should probably look back into this a little more, because I remember reading some paper on it. Like when you meditate, when you get that state where you basically shed off kind of like this the surface side of yourself, and you actually go inside of yourself. It's comparable to that state when you fall asleep, and your brain kind of starts cleansing itself from like toxins and things like that. I'll get some more. I'll get some like definite information on that. I just remember reading that, and I have to say that whenever I've done meditation, I feel a lot more, like you said, more focused, more energized. It's easier to get things done, and so that is definitely something that happens. It's a benefit. It's a side effect of meditating, and in and itself, that's just a reason to do it. To end up this video, I guess I could say that I always go back myself personally to the things that Jerry Seinfeld said, like this comedian from the 90s. He had the show Seinfeld, and he said during that time, when his life was super hectic, he did meditation. He did it once a day, I think, in the morning, he did it in the day. And that kind of helped him get past it. He managed to do a lot of things. He was a producer on the show. He wrote jokes, acted, and so on. And so he was incredibly busy. But that later on, he learned that he was doing the meditation thing kind of wrong, because you're supposed to do it twice a day. So once in the morning, super early, like somewhere around 4 to 5. That must be depressing to people here.
No, seriously. Sometimes I pray. I'm like, God, wake me up in the morning. And he always wakes me up at 3 or 4.
But like if you could do, if you can get
3:30.
up at that time and meditate, then that's probably the best time in the morning. It will prepare you for the day, and the day will be awesome. But you're supposed to do another one then, and you should do it probably around 12 or after that. And Jerry Seinfeld said that once he meditated like this, like once he started doing it twice, it was like, holy crap, this is how it was supposed to do. This is how he was supposed to do it from the very beginning. He's he's missed pretty much the other half of the effectiveness because he hadn't done it previously. And I understand that because, like I said, it's a hectic world. It's really difficult to justify even 20 minutes of this quiet, alone time to
Or
yourself
15.
these days. Yeah, just
5.
it's so hard because like there's so many things competing from your attention. But I can tell you this right now: you should do the favor. You have to do the favor for yourself. This is going to make your life better. Find a quiet place, sit down. The way that I do it is I sit down straight. I have both of my feet firmly planted on the ground, and
Do you sit on the floor or?
no, not on the floor. A chair or on your bed, you can sit. I wouldn't lay down because people generally fall asleep, and then that's not meditating. That's sleeping. That's also good, but
Sometimes you need sleep,
Yeah.
but
power naps are fine. They're actually really
they're
beneficial.
really awesome.
But meditation's different, and it has different results, and therefore sit straight, have good posture so you can breathe properly. You have to breathe properly. And so the way that I generally breathe is I breathe through my nose in all the way to my stomach, and then I exhale all the way out. Very deep breaths. That helps you focus on breathing instead of on your the ideas or thoughts that you might have in your head. It's a good way. I think that's why breathing anyway is very important. They do that in yoga.
That's how you
yeah.
can actually do yoga.
Yeah, exactly, by breathing. So, yeah, try meditating. Take 20 minutes. It's hard. I know it's hard, but that's when I've had the best results so far. And try to dedicate that time for yourself so you can be a better human being.
And really, when you meditate, you get more energy and understanding in what you actually need to be doing. So when you just sacrifice 20 minutes, you actually win in every situation, because
Yeah.
the crap that you don't want to be doing anyways will fall away, and you'll be much more focused and efficient in doing the things that you actually need to and want to be doing.
Yeah, so folks, meditation. This was Meditation 101 from JCV Review and my wife, Rika.
Yeah.
Hope that helps you guys.
Fun.
Yeah, we're going to keep doing it, and I'll probably report on it more. But if you have any questions, leave them down there in the comment section. And yeah, we'll get back to making more videos later on. You guys, Happy New Year. Have a great one, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.